わかんねえけど、なんか調子悪そうだったんで。これでまあわかんねえや、できるかできねえかわかんねえけど、はいどこまで見たみんなはい。こいつは
Excuse me, but I have to tidy up this room.
まあそういう感じですどういう感じやってた話なんですけど、僕もよく分かってないんで大丈夫でしょ
う。According to this,
入れた。なんかやっぱ調子悪かったっぽいですか。
according to
なんかね、僕のとこでもくるくるしてたんで、はい。YouTube の不具合じゃないですか。というところで、はい。さっきは、なんだ、あの人、なんとかさん、あれ、もう名前忘れてた。大学生に話聞いてて。ホワイトさんが向こうにいるんでっていう感じっすよね。鍵もらったんだ。オッケー。
water lily greenhouse.
シードハウス。お、あれがホワイトかな。
Look, Holmes, this charming lady must be Miss White. She's entering the sea.
ホワイトさんはシードハウスに
Open.
オープン。こんにちは、ホワイトさん。
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you,
Kawaii.
sir, and good day to you too. But
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John
なんで
Watson.
俺より先に
This is my good friend, Mr.
自己
Sherlock
紹介してん
Holmes.
だ。
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes,
そんな
the
有名な
great
の俺。や
detective?
ばくね。
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
事件。ほう。盗難があったこと知らない
a
のか。
theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh, yes, of course. I quite forgot about
忘れ
that.
てた。はあ。
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss. After the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was
死んだ
a
ことは
truly
知ってるん
good
だ。
man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
はい。植
Would you
物
happen
職
to know
人
why part of the
誌
colonial collection was cleared?
展示室。
No, I have never been there.
そこに入ったことはない。じゃあ片付けたのは園長？それか誰かさがついてる。
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
園長との関係
How
は
well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great
素
leader.
晴らしい指導
I
者。
saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature.
異常な性質。
Oh, yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic and very nice to me.
何が
Although
優しい
he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
The Divine Syndicate. Does that name mean anything to you, by any chance?
Not at all. But it is a very pretty name.
プリティネーム。どうやって
Most
名
of
前
the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes.
合
Albert
鍵
gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
なるほど。こうかな、香水。ピンク色のシミ。栄養失調。貧しい家。ほう。未婚。まあ、なるほど。
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
誰も知らない。ほう。怪しいね。シード室、シード室、シード室。窓が、開けられる。なるほど。
This is one of the outlets of the ventilation system.
換気口。ほう。
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the
実は中を見
colonial
ることはで
collection
きない。
room.
船。犯人は船員かもしれない。
A book about ships. Nothing at all
植
to
物
do
は
with
関係ない。
plants.
なるほど。
These leather gloves are new
Good.
and of good quality.
一
They
応
do not
利用
appear
さ
to
れ
have
ていな
been
い。
used. Materials for college study.
教科書。
They belong to Albert. This place serves as
アルバートの
Albert's
事務
office.
室でもある。なるほど。船が好きなのかな。あ、閉めるんだ。ここの裏にもなんかあるよ、まだ。という感じか。特にこれといってまだわかんないね。
Locked.
開いとるやん。ロックってやないよ。なんで嘘つくの。
The seeds of plant species are stored here.
はいはいはい。なんでお前さ、毎回どかね
The seed
え。ゲイ。お、像がある。欠けてるんじゃないの、どっか。あ、欠けてる。
I am curious if the marble that we found. Here it is. The marble fragment that we found in the colonial collection room is what they have in common.
いや、これで殴られた。あ、そんなバカな。
It is a bust of Montague
モンタ
Dunn.
ギューダン。なんでお前俺より前にいるの。そっちいける。お前まさかもう死んでるのか。かわいそう。
These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery.
はいはいはい。それでこの辺はなんだ、卒業証書。
An award presented to Martin Hamish for Best Grower of the Year. A master's degree diploma.
マーティン・ヘイミッシュ。卒業証書ではないけどな。まだ飾ってんのか、それともヘイミッシュは。
A thesis. A glassage.
メガネ
This
入れ
area
から
serves as Martin
マーティン・ヘイミッ
Hamish's
シュの
office.
事務室。プライドが高いな、こいつは。
This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to. This certificate
少女。
belongs. We can see the interior of the colonial collection room from this window.
中が見える。なるほどね。じゃあまあヘイミッシュが殺したのは確定だな。
What should we...
Locked.
なんで毎回嘘つくの？嘘つかれてるのが一番嫌いなんだけど。はい。おお、やべ、怖っ。はい、防護服。
Such masks, gloves, waterproof apron.
Do they grow?
It
開いてい
appears
る
that。
うん。まあ燃えてたからね。ここにあったものが燃えていると見ていいでしょう。そして実験台に入れた瓶の跡。
There was a bottle
瓶
here.
が置いてあっ
It
た。は
left
い。
behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the lab.
どれこれ？
Several
水滴。
drops of the substance were spilled. Some
瓶を持ち歩いて。
several drops of
はい。
Gold dust.
金
Good
粉。
heavens.
the gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
なるほど。
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good
いい
nose.
花の持ち主。ねえ。もうさ、そんな毎回使うんだったらさ、持ってくりゃいいやん、毎回。
A botany book. This student
アルバートのもの。ほう。トギさ。
chemicals,
薬
a sufficient
はい
quantity for some serious experiments.
化学薬品いっぱい。
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
蓄音。
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
これは何？ 245S。
I don't hear anything.
え、この 245S はなんなの？演説、お、それで？
And it seems clear
Oh.
from these multiple experiments that plants to respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report.
821は
Martin Hamish's perception of
視
plant.
覚性能。
The notion of
もしこれ攻撃を受けると何らかの化学信号を発する。
some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
なるほどね。あるものが必要。これはもうやったよね、さすがに。
This
実験
is
用
a
の台。
table for experiments. It resembles
Only this one is kept in good.
特になし。え、これはまだ使う機会があるのかな。もういい、わかんねえけど。かけら。会話内で尋ねなきゃいけないらしい。こういう必要なの。
lock.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the...
It does not matter.
開けるぞ。それできるなら最初からやりゃいいやり。何これ。へえ、そういう。ああ、そういうこともするんだ。大変ね。なんかいつもと違って急に難しいわね。ついに本気を出してきたか。
Open.
まあ俺の知能の前では無駄だったようだかな。
Miss White's locker.
ホワイトのロッカー、マジか。宝石箱。
These jewels.
盗まないんだ。
A vanity purse.
家族からの手紙。マーガレット、あなたからの手紙。はい、あなたが家を出てもう何年にも私はどうしてお金を貸してくれと言えるんですか。あなたの成功や。はいはい。あとはきっと私が条約権の出演だよ。私たちがあなたの友人、ああ、なるほど、はいはい。誰も自分たちの評判をよこす。ダンさんと一緒に私の評判をよこす。なんかいろいろ家庭の事情があるっぽいな。アルバート、はい。アルバートもなんかちょっと
Apparently, Miss White is a capable student. A draft of the letter.
レターは読まないよ。家族への。はい。はい。まあ、お金を。金貸せと。
Martin Hamish's
ヘイミッ
locker.
シュは写真。これは誰だ。
Father and I. Kew
父と
Garden.
私。
A review on rare and
ヘイミッシュは
exotic
数
plants.
冊出している。みんな手紙書いてんだ。総書記殿。最近の出来事には、はい、管理職のそれを。生存中は私の提案を掘り下げる。政治的な理由、はい。どうしてこのやる気もない未経験な人に任せられるでしょうか。それに私は全力ですね。同時にこのなるほど。
Martin Hamish studied chemistry.
科学を学んでいた。総書記って
Albert's
ね。
locker.
アルバートは
Specialist articles on shipyard. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding.
はい。
A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval
海運
College.
機関はい。モンキューダウン、はい。なるほど。モンキューじゃねえやな。モンタギュー。中華なんかに参加した。なるほど。こいつは。あ、なんか写真が
A
さ。
picture of Miss White and Albert in front
White
of the
and Albert.
University of London.
And they seem to get along.
なるほどね。海運に行きたかったけど親のせいで行けなかった。なるほど。協力か。
The employee.
2人で殺した説が濃厚かな。会話使いどころ。会話。あれまだ開けてないのってどこだっけ。ここは
Locked.
事務室。はいはいはい。 OK。タイムズ。
Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
新種の大麦。はい。なるほど。他には そっとじ。あ、手紙か。マーガレット。君はここを去った方がいい。私の。じゃあ君はもはや施設しない。すいません。君に自由を返そう。こうのみを祈ろう。なるほど。女には優しいんだな、やっぱりね。まあみんなに優しくしな
A
いとね。
photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold.
はい。シャンパン。
Champagne.
シャンパン。
Montague Dunn
凶
had
器
a
は
good
氷のナイ
taste.
フだな。
French wine.
フランスのワイン、かなりの年代もの。サボテン。金庫。これはなんだ？どういう仕組みこれ。これマジでずっとやんなきゃダメ。これさ、めちゃくちゃめんどくさいと思うよ。もう一個。これ対象なのかな。はいはいはい。これ3で、これで、でこれ戻すのかな。にゃーにゃー、めんどくせえ。3個3個で、これが何個なの。これ戻していいのかい。はい。無駄に時間だけかかるな。手紙。あなたから受け取った最後の手紙を読み、非常に失望した。弁護士の話はここするね。はいはい。旧植物園は、英国王立科学研究所。世界中で非常に貴重で珍しい植物を保護するという品。はいはい。そのような品種、疑わしい目的に利用するものから守ることで、はい。あなたに神聖なる君にはそのような貴重な方法をつけにはない。一見覚えてるだろう。なんかあったのかな。調べなきゃいけない。ここで旧植物園を代表して再度、例の植物の我々の所有権の交渉を行うよう慎んでくれ。そんな感じ。ブードルズであおう。ブードルズとは一体。苦情の手紙。ダン様。最後にもう一度。愛する姉妹。編曲する彼らを歓迎する気には許可は全く競技だ。あなたはただ嘘のかも。1889、6月14日。さっきも言ってたな。あなたがしゃべりさせるように見せることなどしない。それだけでこれであなた信頼してだがそれを後悔している。はい。いろんなところ
I
に
suggest that we don't tell Miss Margaret White about this document.
モンテギュダンへの狩り。オックスフォード通りの続きウェアの家賃。教育長の支援金。ハミルトンでの、はい、口座開設。後期宝石店。宝石は必要ないな。勉強があだこうだみたいなね。 全然見てない。あ、これ関係なかった。毒殺。まあさすがに毒殺でしょうと。解雇したかった。うん。毒殺じゃないの。違うか。まあいいか。はい。ここで調べられることは全部調べた気がします。では、かけらについて聞かなきゃいけないな。
What is your opinion of Albert as a student of botany?
He's useless. I often tell him so,
What
and I
do you
can
do?
only give him cleaning tasks. Botany is not his life's work, and his father well knew it. He was furious about it.
He was.
Oh yes, he forced his son to work here, and he never missed an opportunity to criticize him publicly.
Are you able to elaborate on that?
Well, for example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had Albert make a presentation speech. But then, while the lad was speaking, Mr. Dunn interrupted him, asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him, Mr. Holmes.
That must have been terribly humiliating.
Yes, he was crushed, and he had to leave. Everybody was making fun of poor Albert. That is, except for Miss Margaret White, who is such a nice lady and who always takes pity on Albert.
You mentioned a Miss White. Would you tell us more about her?
She is a student who works here part-time. She is quite charming indeed. She possesses a great talent for botany. You should take a look at some of her experiments that she carried out in the laboratory. Ah, if only she were not so naive.
Why naive?
The way she used to flutter around Mr. Montague Dunn. And he couldn't help but be flattered by all her attention. How could an intelligent woman such as Miss White not see through his game? I can only scratch my head and wonder.
Mr. Hamish, was someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Family? No. I'm the only one with a passion for botany.
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your father at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to.
Do tell us more about your father.
He was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire. He worked together with Montague Dunn until the end of his life. He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together, that was all. And it was all my father's work, for Dunn always lived the high life.
So Mr. Dunn was not helping your father?
Oh, yes, he provided the financial support. And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst of it was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens. Fame meant nothing to my father. So it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
There is a bust of Montague Dunn in the nursery.
A bust? Oh, that old thing. Further proof of that outrageous ego. Oh, I don't know. It has always been there.
It is strange, because I recovered a fragment of the bust inside the Colonial Collection Room.
Really? Oh, well, so I am mistaken. It ought to have been removed during the cleanup. This room is so small.
Do you know who moved it?
I have no idea. Surely Mr. Dunn requested it. Do you have any more questions like this? Because fragments of rock are not my responsibility.
Evidently. Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
なるほどね。なるほどね。ヘイミッシュの怒り。 パティヘムシの動機があった。なるほど。あいつは確実にやってんだけどな。こいつが協力しているかどうか。
Passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. It has never been about anything else.
ほう。
And yet, I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Ah, you truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct. And in fact, my father was strongly against the
まあそう
idea.
だな。
He
書
did
いてあ
his
った
best
し。
to ruin my plans. Although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
それだっか。あとはホワイトにかけらのことを聞くんだっけ。あれもう聞いたんだっけ。あれここじゃないっけ。
Poor Mr.
あれ聞いたっぽいな。なるほど。神聖なる組合のことについて調べる。そしてトビーを持ってくる。持ってくるって言っちゃった。だってこれ繋がんないのおかしいけどな。トビー。
Come on, Toby. We have some work for you to do. Let us.
そして1889年。はい、神聖なる組合が何かしたのかい。なるほど。
Here it is. And here is the Divine Syndicate's address. Perfect. It is time to find out what they have against you.
住所。行かなきゃいけないな。
If I go there, Toby will wait.
トビー・オールスバン。トビー連れ回してる。まあ一緒に行った方がね、運動にもなっていいんでね、散歩代わりっすよ。
This place is beautiful, Holmes. Its atmosphere is remarkably soothing.
Let us
怪
find
しいやつお
someone who
る。
could help.
明らかに怪しい。あいつも怪しい。こっちも怪しいけど、こいつも怪しい。特に顔が。ゴーンって鳴らせない。お、かけら。
Fragments of a flower pot.
植木鉢の
It
か
fell
けら。
down here.
落ちた。
A fragment.
はい。蓋。植木鉢がいっぱい。
The Kew Gardens.
9。 9の植木鉢がなぜここにある。まあ聞く必要があるな。ドーンドンドドドンドンドドンドドン。怒られそう。
Good day to you, sir. My name is Sherlock.
I am exalting the sap. A wine
うさんくせえ声。
from the trace of elements and moreover from the quality of the ambient geotropism it depends. Therefore, please, mind my gravitropism. Its balance. Do not disturb.
Disturbed is most definitely the word.
There. Completed is the symbiosis. Welcomed you are. To introduce myself, I am the Green Grand Mystic.
The Green Grand Mystic himself.
This is me. Who am I speaking to?
We are two gentlemen who are extremely interested in the vegetation philosophy that is advocated by this establishment.
Listening to you, I am.
We should like to take a look around, to immerse ourselves in the wisdom that emanates from here.
It is a school of anastomosis, the divine scholastic syndicate for vegetation veneration and meditation.
なるほど。
You may say,
新
the
世代系
divine syndicate. Glory to the eukaryotic. Only true devotees, those whose hearts are ready to spermatophize in sharing of knowledge, are permitted to physically enter our vegetable kingdom. And
わ
its
けがわか
wisdom.
んないっすね。
And to be permitted, you must earn it. Yes.
Do you have friends at Kew Gardens?
None. Not worthy there.
彼らに価値がない。商標。
Nevertheless, we have seen Kew Gardens flower pots in your yard. How could they happen to be there?
What? Our sacred place you permitted yourself to search. Sacrilege.
No, really now. There was a theft of plants at Kew Gardens a matter of days ago. And we believe the pots we found here may be connected with it. Please tell us, were you involved?
No. Those plants were
我
ours.
々
They
の
had
も
stolen
の
them
盗ん
from
だのは
us.
奴らだ。
How so?
Their director, Dump, I believe.
Done.
Yes, that's what I said. He borrowed from us 3 of our sisters for the exhibition at his green fly-infested gardens. But he never gave them back to us. Excuses and imbecility. So we went in and saved them.
I see. So, if you stole those rare plants from them, then it means... Ah, I get it. Bravo, Holmes. I think the
事
case
件
is
解
solved.
決しちゃった。
No, we did not steal. We saved.
3つ見つからなかっ
Find
た。
out through plants.
I beg your pardon. And yet you took all of the exotic plants from the stand.
They had disappeared. It was the least we could do. They stole our sisters, and so we stole theirs.
準備ができた。
Green Grand Mystic, we are ready to become devotees and gain access to your temple.
What is the name of our Lord, our God King?
何それわかんねえよ。何トレワン。
Our
わかっ
God
ちゃったわ。
King's name is Treewan, Green Grand Mystic.
Oh la, good, good, I like you. Here is the holy key to the wisdom place. Holy donation can you make whenever you so wish.
Thank you so much.
I pray you to taste our fertilizer substance. From the burdens of life it helps to free.
But of course,
Raw sap, it is called.
活力
It
の
is
も
near the
と。
entrance.
はい。うさんくさい。入れ墨。これは取り出して、指先のタコ。 ひらの怪我、科学の実務。
Well, we will leave you to your meditation.
植物はこいつらが盗んだ。もう解決でよくないかい？どうも。これはなんだ？え？ワトソンは？
That should be the raw sap that the Green Grand Mystic spoke of.
おっと、これやばい粉なんじゃないの？
My word, Holmes.
決めちゃったけど。ワトソ
This
ン入ってる。
green ground.
Osmosis and photosynthesis.
達人。
Osmosis and photosynthesis.
This
Very well.
must be Triwan, the Divine Syndicate's god. This must be Triwan, the Divine Syndicate's god.
やべえな。やべえとこ来ちまったよ。扉が2つ。
This door is locked.
こじ開けられる。はい。ほう。なるほど。難しいな。そうきたか。ここだろうね、多分ね。そしてこう違うこうっぽい。これでいいんじゃないかい？よしよしよし。オッケー。コカイン吸ってるやべえやつ。もうそれでこ
A
いつら
vast amount
ア
of
ヘン。
opium.
ほう。薬の温床じゃねえか。
That would be enough to perform the
Drug
most
dealer
difficult of
simulator.
chemical experiments. This cabinet is full of chemicals. They are the same as the ones we found in the laboratory at Kew Gardens.
興味のある対象物。だけだけか。なんかできるっぽいな。ただそれは後からか。こっちは開いてる。カゴ。ハエトリグサ。
A tropical.
ラフレシア。
A tropical plant.
あります。ジャイアンティカ。そんなあるんだ。
A tropical plant.
まあ特に。
These three plants are identical to the ones shown at the exhibition.
展示されて
I
る
shall
種類
take
と同
them.
じ。持って帰ろう。ちゃんとまた盗む。
tropical.
アデニウム、
A trop.
盆栽。盆栽ね。これは何？芋。おお、ほほほほほほほ。
Caterpillars. They are raised as food for certain plants.
なるほど。もらっていこうじゃないんだよな。まあいいだろう。トビーか。いや、虫系はね、ちょっとね、なかなかきついものがありますよね。ただこれでトビーに匂い嗅がせたらそろそろ真相に
Let
近
us
づい
take
て
Toby
い
to the
るんじゃないですか。
laboratory. He will pick up the scent of this mysterious substance. Search, Toby. Search.
ウォンウォン。ドゥンドゥンドゥドゥン。お呼びですか。懐かしい。これはどこ？ほう。秘密の場所。
Congratulations, Toby. Now let us see what you have found.
薬じゃないの。
This is the bottle that was used in the laboratory. There is still some
Opioid.
liquid remaining in the bottle,
金
with
箔
a
入ってる。
tiny caterpillar. Not surprising to see one in a garden, but
芋虫。実験だよね。はあ、芋虫の実験しなきゃいけないのか。きついなそれは。何してんのこいつ。
This green grand mystic fellow seems rather suspicious, Holmes. What should we do next, Holmes?
壊れちゃったワトソンが。
let us determine just what we have found here. Let us pour liquid from the bottle into a test tube to perform an
分
analysis.
析を始めよう。
This is the bottle that we found hidden at
なるほど。どうすんの？
a colorless
無
water-based
色
liquid.
水性。匂いは
Quite a strong floral aroma.
花の香り。
Holmes,
味見？
what are you doing?
It has a bit.
What if it's
苦
poison?
い。
Did you ever see poison stored in enormous jars like that? Anyway, there is a doctor nearby.
So what do you think it is?
It is some kind of organic
有機
compound.
化合物。
Let us vaporize the liquid and see what happens.
やべえなこいつ。何かなわかんねえもん飲むんだもんな。
Small colorless crystals.
無色の結晶。
Colorless tiny crystals that are soluble in water with a floral smell and a bitter taste. Watson, could you pass me that small bottle, please?
Of course. Here you are.
Wagner's reagent. There was a label
Wagner's
on the
reagent.
bottle that you passed to me.
No, Holmes, I meant the bottle that we found.
Let me add the reagent and see if there is any sediment, and then I shall tell you. I need to take.
なんか赤くなった。
Red sediment, just as I suspected. This liquid is of organic origin. It contains some alkaloid. Most likely it is unstable, and that is why there is a quantity of gold dust to prevent contamination. This mixture is probably a fertilizer. Someone was carrying out unusual experiments in the garden's
肥料。
laboratory.
ほう。疑わしい肥料。わかんねえ。全然わかんねえわ。科学的なことは。芋虫。なんでワタソンアップなのえ、ミスった。植物にいいことしたのに。毒殺。あれかだろうよ。と芋虫。実験の準備をする。え、ごめん。こっち来ちゃった。てへ。だろうな。だろうな。ねえ、ワトソンね。なんで外に一回出たんだろうって思ってるよ。だからワトソン今バカだから。
According to the deadly plants information, in order to perform our experiment, we will need fertilizer and food. According to the deadly
芋虫で十分役に立つぞ。
my analysis. According to the deadly plants information, in order to perform our experiment,
どういうこと？芋虫は持ってるはずなんだけど。科学実験室からアルカロイドと芋虫。アルカロイドか。じゃあこっちでよかったんじゃん。なんでそりゃ。科学実験室ってどこにあったっけ？芋虫手に入れたのはあっちのなんかあれだけど、中国人のとこだけど、こっち行ける？扉じゃねえわ。実験用の台。アルカロイドとかないもんね、この辺には。てかなんなら今持ってんじゃないの？え、今持ってんじゃないの？俺どういうこと？今どこに行けばいいの？俺はここに手に入れられ。
there is no fertilizer without.
ここないよね。 れどこに行くんだろう。
Nest.
あっちかな、なんかハテナのとこあったけど。何調べてた。
These instruments are
あ
used.
あ、変をす道具。
This substance is an alkaloid. Perfect, Watson. That would be.
なるほど。もうだって見たときそれ取らなかったじゃん。まったく。ああ、9の方行っちゃったよ。9の方行っちゃった。うん。はい。オッケー。オッケーじゃないね。ベーカー街に戻らなきゃいけないね。
I imagine that one of these plants would be capable of releasing a toxic vapor. I need to find out exactly how it could be done. I shall begin now. Watson, if you are at all optimistic to have dinner this evening, then I'd recommend that you put on the gas mask.
ハエトリグサ。何これ。どういうこと？芋虫。芋虫を置く。バク。
I find the behavior of predators.
早っ。おお。
How interesting. What a strong and effective defensive mechanism.
何それ。ダイヤボリカ。閉じてる。ほーん。楽しい。ピン。刺す。
It appears to have fallen inactive after being disturbed.
へえ。
No reaction.
No reaction.
My word. It shot
トゲ
a
発
spike
射。
at
へ
me
え。
after I stabbed it with a pin. I imagine that its reaction would be ferocious if I increased the strength of my attack.
なるほど。アルカロイド。それ
This
は何？
plant becomes inactive after
That's-
being
はいはいはい。
drenched with alkaloid.
ハエトリグサ。
This plant becomes inactive after being drenched with alkaloid. It appears to open after being soaked with alkaloid.
開く。へえ。名前一緒なのはこれは間違いかな。 この状態で芋虫あげたらどうなんだ。食われちって。お、でもなんか
It closed again. I believe I saw a small cloud of gas.
Gas.
I wonder what secrets this plant is hiding. Perhaps if we agitate it to a greater extent whilst it is opened, it will reveal a little more. I am interested in what might occur if the prickly plant should shoot at it.
ほう、別の植物に。なるほどね。
It appears to...
さす。
It closed again. I believe I saw a small cloud of gas. I wonder what secrets this plant is
開い
hiding.
てる状態でもう
Perhaps
少し
if
長い
we
間刺
agitate.
激。
I am interested in what...
どういうことどういうことだ。
It appears...
芋虫を置く。
How interesting. What a strong and effective defensive mechanism. I am interested in what might occur if the prickly...
別の植物に。はあ、なるほど。刺して。
It ap-
どういうことどういうことマジでわからんな、これ。
My word.
どうしたらいいんだろう。
This plant becomes inactive.
わかんねえ、これ。このパズル難しいぞ。なんだ。なんか組み合わせるとかできないしな。ちょろちょろちょろちょろ。
No reaction.
開いてる状態でやっても意味ないんだ。取る何取るあ、置き換えるそんなんできるんだ。
This plant seems to have...
え
This plant...
芋虫に反応。さっきまでずっとやっとったよ。どういうこと
My word.
どういうことですかね、これは。
I find... This plant becomes inactive after being drenched with alkaloid.
あ、できたのかな。
Toxic gas with spores. Extraordinary.
はい、なんかできました。
The plants would be capable of killing only if they were directly next to the victim and stimulated at precisely the right moment.
Let us take our caterpillars to the colonial collection room. We may see things more clearly there.
It is too early, Watson. Our suspects will be there. Let us investigate Kew Gardens one more time and ask some questions.
どういうことだ。まあとりあえずこっちだと思う。 全ての容疑者から殺人を起します。なるほど。難しいこと言うね。このゲームはなかなか。はい。ということで、聞きましょうか。あの日何をしていたのか。
Can you tell me if you saw Mr. Montague Dunn on the day of his death?
Yes, of course. I met him, and we went to see Albert, his son, at around 9:30. He appeared quite calm.
What were you doing on the morning of the accident?
After paying multiple visits to Albert, I had a
パート
little
じゃねえ
talk
や。
with
あ
Miss
れは
White.
と何でも
Then I
忘れて
returned
た
to my
と。
desk to
ホワイト
complete
と
some
話す。
paperwork. Suddenly, I observed that Mr. Dunn was not feeling well, so I ran immediately to fetch Albert. I clearly remember that it was around 10:30, for I was late that morning.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our
なるほ
investigation.
ど。ダンが死亡した
Your
日。
father's death does seem highly suspicious. What were your movements here on that day?
Suspicious. Well, I was working in the seed house,
Seed house.
taking care of Lysa something, or Lear Pontus, or... No, wait. Ah, these Latin names. And I spent so many hours trying to memorize them.
Did you see your father that day?
Yes, he came here with Mr. Hamish for his weekly visit.
ヘイミッシ
There was
ュと
nothing
一
unusual
緒
about
に
that.
And
来た。
then?
Nothing. They stepped out to the
裏
backyard.
庭へ出て行っ
It
た
was perhaps
10時20
20
分
minutes
前。
before 10 o'clock. Then about 10 minutes later, I
10
saw
分
my
ぐらい
father
ヘイミッ
heading
シ
to
ュ
the
がこ
dry
こに持って
tropics
き
room
て
while Mr.
父
Hamish
を
returned here.
熱帯乾燥林か。はあ。
And Mr. Hamish and Miss White? What were they both doing that morning?
Mr. Hamish visited me a
な
couple
ん
of
だか
times.
僕を続けて、あ
I
と
also saw him
10
returning from
10
talking
分
with
過
Miss
ぎにホワイ
White,
トさんと
and
話
that was at 10
して
minutes
帰ってく
past
るのを
10.
見ました。
But then he ran back here to me
父親
to
が
tell
悪
me
いと
that
教
my
えてく
father
れ
was
た。
feeling
はい。
unwell. We hurried across to the water lily room, and I found my father lying dead on the floor. Oh my God.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
これさ、覚えなきゃダメかな。ちなみに今話してくれた時系列全く覚えてないんだけどさ。これまずいかな。はいはいはい。
Can you tell me what Mr. Dunn was doing upon the day of his death?
I can. But there is nothing very special to say. I was in the laboratory when I saw Mr. Dunn heading towards me.
研究してるんだ。
Tuesday is the day of his weekly visit. It was supposed to be at 9,
火曜
but
日、
he
は
was
い。
10 minutes
転
late,
勤9時から
as
去年
usual.
10分遅れだった。
And then?
Well, he came in to say good morning. Then I saw him spend
すでに
2 or
3
3
分
minutes
植
by
物
the
を
plants
観
outside the
察している。
laboratory. After that, he ran out in the direction of the
ヘイミッ
nursery,
シュ
where
作
Mr.
業してい
Hamish
る
was
シ
working.
ート。
He was always in a rush during the inspection, you see. I would pity anyone who stood in his way.
死亡時刻。
And that was the last time you saw him?
Yes. I stayed in
11
the
時に
laboratory
前ず
until
っと
20
研究
minutes
し
to
ていた。
11, when I heard the cries of Albert and Mr. Hamish from the large glass house. I joined them as soon as I could, for I knew that something must be very wrong.
What exactly were you doing in the
研究室
laboratory?
に何をして
I
い
was
たか
recording
な
an
ど、見る
experiment
よう
for
に
my
実験
thesis.
結果を録音してい
I
た。
only stopped my work once when Mr. Hamish visited me
ヘイミッ
briefly
シュが
around
届い
10 o'clock.
た。はい。
You say you were recording an experiment when the tragedy occurred. Might I
実
listen
験
to the
結果、
roll?
録
Oh,
音。
certainly. Please do. You will find it in the laboratory. It is number 320.
Thank you, miss.
しばらくして。
Everyone has gone, Holmes. The way is clear.
何これは。帽子を吸い込んで、部屋から脱出。早送りする。ヒュー。お。
When Montague Dunn was standing close by the plants, the caterpillars were released and caused the deadly spores to activate. Panicking, and likely already half asphyxiated, Montague Dunn started back and knocked over the bust. He rushed to the door, but it was locked. He had to force it open with his shoulder. We already know the outcome. Montague Dunn collapsed and died not far from the pool. Well, it is time to perform our experiment on the ventilation system.
換気装置で実験とは、芋虫をなるほど。
The caterpillars could only fall from the ventilation duct. Our caterpillars are in place. I'll activate the ventilation system so that they fall down. Watson, stay here and observe.
All right, Holmes.
なるこれ。T でなんか見れんの？ワトソン。まあいいか。あはあはあはあ、わかんねえ、どこだ。ここどこ？え？こっち合ってるよね。あ、反対だ。この T は何なんだ？はい、開始。電源。
The power is on. The engine cannot be started.
オフ。
The engine has started. The ventilation system is working.
作動している。作動したらワトソンは毛虫だらけになるの？どうワトソン？なってないけど。毛虫だらけになってないっすよ。
Now we need to see if we can activate the fans from this. Now we need to see if we can activate the fans from Mr. Hamish's and Albert's space.
換気。は。そうなんだ。ヘイミッシュとアルバート。ほう。こっちだっけ？どこ？ヘイミッシュとアルバートの作業場？こっちの方だよね。 のそれがある。
This ventilation fan is working.
お、
Let us see if I can activate the.
この辺にあるなんか。これか。
Perfect. Now I just.
It works perfectly, Holmes. Bravo.
なる
Now,
ほ
if
ど
you could just help me to get rid of these caterpillars.
Perfect. Now we know how the murder of Montague Dunn was carried out by activating both Albert's and Mr. Hamish's fans.
But
はい。
only from Mr. Hamish's workplace would it be possible to see when Montague Dunn entered the Colonial Collection Room.
なるほど
What。should we do next?
電子がする。はい。マーティン・ヘイミッシュ逮捕する。逮捕するのが手がかりなの。入ったのか、悪行。なるほど。アルバートは生物学的知識は持ってないような気がするけど、持ってたらどうなんの？っていう風になるね。でもこれは1個しかないのか。とりあえずヘイミッシュは逮捕してみたらいいのか。オッケー。
Let's go to Scotland Yard.
そんな確証もないのにさ、まあとりあえず逮捕すりゃいいかみたいな、そんなんでいいの？人の人生をいとも簡単に。でレストレイドさんどこにいる？ここにいるかな？いた。
Inspector, I believe that Martin Hamish is guilty of the murder of Montague Dunn.
Aha! I knew it. I'll send the lads around to arrest him.
Very good. I shall wait to hear from you.
しばらくしてなんで乗ってんの？
Inspector, I came here as quickly as I could.
Martin Hamish is in the large glass house. There's no need to
は
hurry.
い。ん？どういうこと？
Farmhouse.
あれ？大温室ってこっちじゃなかったっけ？ねえ、大温室ってどこよ？え、こっちだよね。なんで入れてくんなかったな、さっき。わざわざ遠回りしちゃった。 大温室ってどこよ。迷子になってる。ヘイミッシュが迷子になってる。あ、いた。お、
Holmes, my God.
Yes. We found him like that.
Our messing around with the ventilation system didn't go unnoticed. Mr. Hamish realized that we knew.
Inspector, could you arrange the body, please? I should like to examine it.
死んでるね。
The mark around the neck is very visible.
即死。ほうほうほう。なるほど。
Holmes,
左足。
his left shoe is unique. This anomaly is off.
A club foot. Bravo, Watson. That is the key element of this case.
ほう、何それ。内半足って。
Holmes, don't look at me like that. I don't know what to think.
「走ることはできなかった」はあ。共犯？うん。ストレートと話す。なんでさ、死ぬわけ？もう犯人言ってから死んでよ。めんどくさいな、もう。
Something about this rings very oddly.
Why do you say that, Mr. Holmes?
Why? Because of Mr. Hamish's club foot. Oh, I deserve to be kicked from here to Charing Cross. I should have noticed it.
But, Mr. Holmes, I can't see why.
No, I don't suppose you do. You must recall that Mr. Dunn was locked inside the Colonial Collection Room by the murderer. If it was Mr. Hamish, he would have had to run up to his workplace to trigger the fan situated above it, taking into consideration the condition of his foot.
Well, it is
不可
still
能では
possible.
ありませんよ。
Perhaps,
ほう。
but it is rather strange that such a person as Mr. Hamish decided to base his plan on the speed of his gait.
You mean to say that somebody helped him?
So the suicide is questionable?
Correct. Mr. Hamish accuses only himself in his letter, and so the investigation stops.
Possibly an accomplice, then? That idea had not occurred to me, Mr. Holmes.
I have another idea, Inspector. Thanks to the testimony that we have collected, we are able to rebuild the events as they took
死の
place
出来
that
事が
day.
再現。なるほど。
With a timeline, such as we did in the Jack the Ripper case.
Precisely.
ま
The
あ、
map
時
at
系
the
列は大
entrance
事だ
of
もんね
Kew。Gardens should help us with our timeline.
Let
よか
us
った。
analyze
俺の
the
ために
facts
再
and
現。いや
statements so that we may recreate the events of that
ー。
morning.
9時半ごろ。マーティン・ヘイミシとコンタ牛団は、シード園主演アルバートに会いに行った。これ何？パコ？これどうすんの？マーティン・ヘイシのね、アルバートに会いに行った。はい。ヘイミッシュとモンタギダンが裏に出たのは10時20分。裏庭に出る10時20分。10分後、ダンは点検を再開するために、熱帯乾燥園に入り、 イミッシュは主演に戻った。マーティン・ヘイミッシュは10時にホワイトさんと会話をした。違う、こっちだ。毒を盛られる。なんか毒盛られるんじゃないの。10時20分前。どういうこと？モンタニュー、まあいいよ。アルバートは朝ずっといた。10時10分過ぎに返事を書いてた。アルバートは朝はいはいはい。12問だ。マーティン・ヘイミッシュはホワイトさんと話して戻ってくる。何これ。わかんねえ。どういうこと？こう。再生。これは何？年貢ってのはこっちか。なんでここで止まんの？わかんねえ。どういうこと？どういうこと？どういうこと？マジでわからん。俺マジでわかんないんだけど、俺何したらいいの？いや、それはわかるよ。それはわかるよ。もうずっと10時40分までやってくれたらいいんですけど。どういうこと？事件がわからないとかそういう前にこのゲームの操作性がわかんねえ。はい。でどうすんの？ピコリン。だって10時にホワイトさんと会話したんでしょ？どういうこと？ 終了したらダメなんでしょマジでわかんねえ。B、これはいいよ、もう。いや、そこまでわかるんだって。わかるんだって。ここ何も情報ないじゃん。これ重なってるとこを振り分けなきゃダメなの。10に会話した。はい。エイミッシュはモンタギューのロバートに知らせ。うんうんうん。どういうこと？これ5000時間かかる。なんで毎回9時半からになるの？試しになんかこの辺に入れてみよう。どういうこと？は？切れそう。これは何なの？どういうこと？マジでわからん。ダメだ。もう終わった。このゲーム一生できねえわ。こうじゃないの？はい。はい。できました。よかったね。それで飛ばす、何飛ばすって諦めるってことでしょ。よし。なんか超適当にやったけど。違うから違うからそうなってんの？なんで毎回ここで止まるんだよ。 れ分かる人いんのこれ。何この線は。マジで分かんないんだけど切れそう。マジで5000時間かかるもんだ。はあ。うんってるでしょ。うんうんうんうん。絶対こうだもんな。ここここないじゃん。ダメだもう。こうやって紙芝居を楽しむゲームだもう。これ何これ進行不能バグですか？そうじゃなくて。なんかここで止まった今度は。どういうこと？ここってこと？ 10 時20分前っつってんじゃん。いや10時20分前っつってんじゃん。は？何言ってんの？ちょっと待って。待って。なんかいけた。はい。マーティン・ヘンリー。こういうこと？ピーってちっちゃうってこと？そりゃそうだよな。わからんもう。手当たり次第にやって。ムカつくなこれ。 こうなんじゃないの？これこうじゃないの？じゃあもういいよ。こうだよ。なにこれここ長いけど止まらないのは何なの？
Let us summarize. Montague Dunn was poisoned inside the Colonial Collection Room. He forced open the door, which means that someone locked him inside there at 10:20. Martin Hamish was last seen at 10:10. This means that he has approximately 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room. Given that he was club-footed, it is doubtful. Albert also has 10 minutes to lock the door of the Colonial Collection Room, which is quite enough time. Miss White was last seen at 10 o'clock, which means that she had approximately 20 minutes to lock the door. More than enough time.
No.
Perfect, Watson. Now, let us ascertain who assisted Martin Hamish in killing Montague Dunn.
はい、ということで、まあ、なんか入ってきました。はい。ホワイト関係してないんじゃないの？ホワイトが共犯者ってなるけど。まあ全部整ったらしい。まあホワイト共犯者なんじゃないの？ホワイト共犯者でしょ別に。別にっていうか。はい、ホワイト共犯者でいいっす。かけてねえや。持ってる。あれ、共犯違うの？持ってないの？ここ繋がんねえな。大丈夫か？20分で。いや、鍵かけるの可能だしな。こっち繋がってるもんな。まあいいんじゃない？ホワイトでしょ多分。ウェディングヘイミッシュですね。やった。まあこいつが共犯者だと思うんで、はい。まあね、これ普通に違ったらどうしよう。
But Holmes, how can you be certain that we'll find Miss White here?
It is obvious, Watson. Just use your brain.
I am using it. I do use it.
Now that the rope has tightened around Martin Hamish, Miss White must act to erase all traces of her implication. After the suicide of her accomplice, there is one final trace remaining: the deadly plants of the Divine Syndicate. She will be there.
Very good. Shall we go?
Just one moment. Now listen to me, Watson. I shall see her alone. You will conceal yourself behind her, quietly.
Whatever are you planning?
Nothing spectacular. The impulses of women have always been a mystery to me. But she is a bold one, and so we must be cautious.
All right. You can count on me, Holmes.
なるほど。
Mr. Holmes, good day to you.
You do not seem surprised, Miss White.
Well, I was expecting you.
Not for too long, I believe. So please tell me, as it is still unclear, who planned the murder? Was it you?
You were wrong, Mr. Holmes.
It was Martin Hamish, then. You managed to convince him to take on a more prominent role.
You could not be further from the truth.
You think that you can fool me?
You don't care what I think.
It is difficult to care about someone who is capable of pushing a man to his suicide. It is over, Miss White. The police will be here any minute.
Over, perhaps. One moment you were here, and the next, you were on the other side.
The other side? No! Stop!
何え、何一歩前に出る。
I beg you not to do this, Miss White.
Don't come any closer.
何それ。
Please remain calm. We can help you.
Not one step further. Don't try to stop me.
Stop this foolishness. You cannot truly want to die.
No.
それは
It's too late.
何おいおいおいおいおいおいなんかずっと分かったから反応できなかった死んじゃった
This is tragic, Holmes.
Are you able to do anything?
I'm afraid not. The poison has been fulgurating. Her heart
ワト
stopped
ソン使えねえ
instantly,
な
poor child.
覚えときよ、感謝だって。まあ、いっか、なんか、死んじゃったけどさ。まあ、二人殺してっからね、この人。二人殺してるから、まあ、しょうがないか。はい、ということで、結局ホワイトが共犯者でした。まあ残念ですね。関係者いっぱい死んじゃったんですけど、まあ申し訳ない。ということで、はい。今回の事件は解決です。はい、ということで、ありがとうございました。終わります。明日最終回じゃない？はい、ということで、ありがとうございました。お疲れ様でした。